So this is my Iyanden 158 power level army for today's narrative battle against the Grey Knights. I have 2 Farseers and 1 Spirit Seer, 3 5-person units of Eldari Rangers, 4 5-person, 5 being units of Wraith Guard, all with distortion sides. I have 4 Wave Serpents souped up with vectored engines, crystalline targeting matrices, and the such. So they will save wounds on a 6. They can advance very quickly. They don't take a penalty to firing their heavy weapons as long as it's towards the nearest enemy unit. And when they have advanced, they're being shot at with a -1. And then I have 2 super heavies, these Wraith Knights. They have their vaunted Wraith cannons and star cannons as well. So this is 158 points of Iyanden Craftworld.
100 points of Grey Knights first. Librarians in charge. Then Brother Captain as second in command. He's brought along troops are 2 groups of strike squads and Terminators who, despite what they're looking, all equipped with thunder hammers. Then Beggar squad behind. Brother the Ancient. The Dreadnought has missile launcher and twin las cannon. Then we have the baby carrier, the Nemesis Dreadnought, as you see it. And first mission out today, we have the Storm Talon that's equipped with 2 las cannons and the twin assault cannons, and they're backed up by 2 Razorbacks. And the Iron Hands here, we've got the Librarian on bike and a Primaris Lieutenant. We have 1 tactical squad and 2 5-man Primaris Intercessors. They have a small bike squad with an attack bike. He's got a multi-melter. Got the Predator here with twin las cannon and las cannons on the side, and then Hellblasters and assault marines. The sergeant has power sword and storm shield. So the beleaguered marines in the center, 60 power level. They need to get 20 power level off any edge of the table to win. But one of them has come in contact with the sword of Durandas, and the Grey Knights are here to take that marine and question him. So they're here to stop the Eldar from destroying them, so they can interrogate. So the marines have been worn down, and they're in their center, hoping to get out this alive as the Eldar encircle them. And the Grey Knights are here to make sure that they do that. Do the Eldar choose to simply obliterate the marines, or do they think about what's coming in from behind? Firepower after firepower after firepower. Pull down one of the big wraiths here, finished off in combat. Then just wounds picked off the transporters as we've been going. Couple of little models picked off. Biggest thing happened here. Big guy exploded. Took down one of their own vehicles, took down intercessors, took down plasma guns, took down wounds off, took down Terminators who somebody's lost their head. That's unfortunate. And just took wounds off everywhere. So it was a good first turn, but it was a costly one. Let's see what they do in turn 2 to retaliate.
So this is the end of Iyanden turn 1, and we try to do as much damage as we could on the Marines that are trying to break out in the center, even as the Grey Knights encircle the Craftworld members. So these survivors of that wrecked Wave Serpent came down, flamed with their distortion sides 3 bikers, which fell, and then they charged unsuccessfully the librarian on the bike. The librarian is unwounded, and one of the members here has taken a wound. This Wraith Knight group, led by the Spirit Seer, used their distortion sides and eliminated a group of Primaris intercessors and then moved to charge these original Marines. These Wraith Knights, along with those, not Wraith Knights, these Wraithguard, along with those Wraithguard, combined fire to eliminate some intercessors on the parapets of that Aquila stronghold. And then they moved in and successfully eliminated in hand-to-hand combat the attack bike. And these Wraith Guard moved up into the parapets and are tenuously fighting these assault marines. So this Farseer charged the tank, which had depleted its Overwatch, and is now in hand-to-hand combat with it, along with the Wave Serpent. So this is the disposition of forces at the end of Battle Round 1. We're going to be beginning Battle Round 2 with the Grey Knights' orbital bombardment from their battle barge, the Vigilant Paladin.
End of 10-2 for the Grey Knights and the Marines, and it's not looking healthy. The Eldar have single-mindedly gone for the Marines, almost exclusively ignoring the Grey Knights, and it's looking brutal. But the Grey Knights valiantly fight for the brothers. They manage to cast a spell to move him out of danger, and so he's off the board next time. But other than that, everything else is tied up, and it's going to be close to see if they can get off the board.
So the Eldari will stem the corruption of chaos, having slain the prerequisite number of points, but we fight on to the end because even when hope is gone, duty remains.
Okay, on seeing all the troops fall, the Librarian decides he's getting back into the fight. So he's charging back in. We slew the Warlord under there with large pointy sticks. We slew one over there with the Dreadnought, las canning him to death. Managed to take out a few of the bigger things, but that combat stayed with only taking a couple of wounds. So now the Eldar get their turn to attack back.
This is the end of Battle Round 3, and the Ayanden methodically march to the center. Distortion Scythe Fire bring low the Nemesis Dread Knight, as well as one of the heroes. Flames from the Distortion Scythe badly damage the Storm Talon and cut down, along with Wraithbone Fists, a squad, a strike unit. So this is the battle. It is now going to be Battle Round turn 4.
In a fit of rage, the Librarian came charging back, destroyed the last unit of that. Sadly, these guys took the last Justicar. Lots of las fire took down chunks of things. The big vehicle went. So now there's just 2 units of Eldar left, but 2 tough units. So they can do a lot of damage before I take them down. And then one little guy up here who's been shooting at the Lieutenant all day and done no damage.
Since I only have a few models left, it is a very fast turn. So these Wraithguard here use their Distortion Size to reduce that, raise her back to 1 wound. They use a Distortion Size to destroy the Storm Talon out of the sky. They charged in hand-to-hand combat and finally eliminated the Primaris Lieutenant. The Librarian on the cycle heroically intervened to no effect, and this Ranger here had fired a shot which just pattered off that Lieutenant's pauldron. So it is beginning of Battle Round 5.
Coming in faster, taking down a couple more here, and he's got into combat, did no damage but took some wounds, and then the Wraith Knight over there managed to take down 3 out of the 5 models. So it's looking grim for the Eldar, but they've got the moral victory.
Very fast turn. These 2 remaining Wraithguard used their Distortion Sides and incinerated the Rhino, which did not explode. And this Wraithguard took a step back, uses a Distortion Scythe, and then charged back. And now it is at 1 wound after suffering wounds from Overwatch shooting. And now, this being the uncertain end, we're going to roll a dice on a roll of 1 or 2. Game ends, and the game does end. So this is the state of affairs. The Wraithguard having 3 models left. The Grey Knights in unquestioning dominance of the board, but the story does continue.